Mikey, you're not on. He's out
We
of
lost
here.
Mikey.
Perfect timing. Oh my goodness, this is low quality production right here.
I guess
Sorry.
we're going to restart it.
Sorry about this, Mike.
More than it should.
Just Michael can't get his shit together.
We only need one mic on this show anyway.
No, you got me. You got me, guys. Hello.
We're already replacing you.
Why are you replacing me? I just started. Welcome to Figures Not Included. New episode.
Okay, we're just gonna go right into it.
Oh, we go right into it.
Welcome everybody. Good to see you again. What are we at now, Michael?
We're at episode 19. 19.
I'm amazed we've lasted this long.
And we're only gonna get bigger and better. It's gonna continue, and we're excited to do this toy journey with everyone. Mikey and Larry joining us back from beyond the grave. He's back in all his beautiful.
He brought his whole collection with him right there in the back.
Yeah, my new move. Everything Must Go sale is coming up. Don't worry.
Living in a storage unit right now. That's why
he's like, I'm not even going to organize. I'm just dumping it in the back and living life.
That's how we do it, baby. That's how we do it. How's your week been, guys? Tell me about your week. What's been going on?
Larry, go. We haven't heard from you.
It's been a while.
My week is I'm moving into the new house, and it's cool because I get to go through my collection and see stuff I forgot about.
Ooh.
Stuff I want to get rid of, stuff I want to keep. And then it's been interesting. A lot of work,
I got dibs on anything good.
No, it's not like you own a toy store or anything.
What? I get dibs. Come on, man.
Come on, you best friend.
Don't give anything to Mike.
Why not? What have I done? Why have you forsaken me?
You know you.
How was your week, Dad? What'd you have going on this week?
You're gonna sell them for drugs.
I'm not gonna sell them for drugs. I don't do that kind of stuff. Toys are my drug. You know this.
Well, maybe that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Well, I've been busy. We've been training a new employee, so that's been going really well. We're actually quite happy, and we're moving, man. We're getting ready to open the new store, hopefully in about a month now. So it's looking, well, maybe a little more than a month, but we're moving. We're chugging along. Actually had to go pick up 2 big freezers with Brian, and we almost died. We were putting one of them away in the storage, until we get to move into the new shop.
Right.
And he kind of like misjudged where his foot placed, and he kind of stepped on like this table that was next to him in the storage, and he slipped sideways, and the giant heavy freezer tried to crush him, but luckily there was a box in the way, and the box slowly like compressed and took the brunt of the weight.
Oh no!
It looked like one of those, like the trash compactor scene from Star Wars when it's like slowly about to crush him. He's like, nah! And then it stopped. Yeah. So luckily he survived. It was pretty intense, but he's okay.
All right.
I had to throw him a few figures that day.
That's only fair. He's sacrificed his body for the life,
to help out a buddy. So at least I could just give him
the least you can do. Well, it's exciting to see the new store come together and all its facets. So I can't wait.
Yeah. A lot of good stuff on the horizon. I can't wait to share.
Yeah, I had a good week too. Not too much collecting, not anything crazy where someone's life was at risk. Just sort of plotting the next few weeks because Figure Not Included, we're gonna be on the road.
Yep. We are excited to, it's going to be pretty cool to have a correspondent on the ground. So let them know, Mikey. Announce it here.
Figure Not Included is going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. Yours truly is going to be. And yeah, yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be roughhousing it with everyone. So
He's gonna
it's
get us
gonna be
all
really
the
fun.
scoops,
Yeah,
all the
all the hot
models,
scoops.
all the models.
Some models. There's no models anymore at Comic Con. They don't do models.
Oh man, what, no booth babes?
I don't think they have booth. They have like booth bros. I think that's kind of the thing
That'd be
now.
cool. We
So
should have a hidden figures not included table and have like booth dudes who all like wear like Hooters uniforms, but it'll say figures not included. And we're like, hey man, what's the podcast? No,
I
good
mean,
idea.
we would attract a new demographic. I think so.
We could have Larry like wearing a good cod piece, flapping around.
Come on, Larry. You want to get into the show? This is how you got to do it.
Exactly,
I mean,
Larry.
if you cover my airfare, I'll seriously consider it.
You'll flop
All
anything
right.
for Comic Con.
Just selling a body for Comic Con tickets. Speaking of selling body, today before the show, I've had family. We've had some family stay over at our place. That's why I'm recording out of the bedroom where the magic happens.
Gross.
By magic, I mean I do card tricks while my wife's asleep. So
You
the only
practice
kind of
your
magic we do.
up-close magic.
Yeah, I just watched that Fox series, like the masked magician, where he uncovers all his secrets. And I just try to do all of them.
No, you
So.
put Chris Angel's show on repeat.
Yeah, I go full mind freak at midnight. So, but no, so they're staying with us, and then doing the show out of here. And today we're out in the city, hanging around, and we're going to the museum. And I'm like, all right, cool. I want to check out some cool art and whatever. And we're walking by, and I see the place we're walking into. Well, I mean, pretty much walk in, and Chris is like, "Hey, like, there's some toys here." I'm like, "Oh, what kind of toys?" And we walk into Museum of Sex.
Oh, a different kind of toy.
Oh, like not toys.
Those are the toys you're really into, aren't they, Michael?
Well,
that's your real collection. Right?
I have a secret room with a whole other side project. So.
That movie where what's the movie where what's his name? George Clooney makes a weird machine. You probably have that one, don't you?
Whoa! Oh yeah, Burn After Reading.
There you go. That's your. Was it
it's got like the sex throne or something.
These are not the kind of toys we want to talk about, Michael.
No, I know, which is why I want to bring
sully the show with your perversions. Clean up your act, bud.
I'm trying to. I've lost my way. I'm trying to find the light again.
Weird sex museums instead of going to like Midtown Comics and getting some, Forbidden Planet action going on.
That's what I hear cultured people do, but
I don't know if that's cultured.
I mean, it's something, and that's right. They had some weird stuff there.
Let's talk about something more exciting, like things we really would like to see in a museum, like miniatures maybe for like 1/12 scale figures.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love some really awesome dio pieces. You can recreate a really cool city.
I wish we knew somebody that just had the mad skills to like really make that stuff come to life.
Yeah, I wonder who could possibly be that kind of person. Oh, I think he's right there.
Whoa!
Oh, Mike, where'd you come from? Hey, buddy. Oh, perfect. We lose one white guy, we bring in another. Mike, High School Creations.
What's up, guys?
Oh, there he is.
Thanks for being here, and sorry for having to listen to Mikey's perversion and rant.
It's a warm up. It's a warm up to make you feel nice and loose.
Warm up we like on this show, but we got to deal with Mikey somehow.
Sorry, man.
Yeah. Hey, toys are toys. Whatever you want to collect, it's up to you.
No judgment here.
No judgment here. I'm so excited to have you on the show, man. I've known you. I mean, I feel like I've known you for almost like 6-7 years or something.
Hey.
It's 6-7 days. No, I remember when high school first started out, and me and Jay Catlett, he was the one that I initially started Figure Report with, and so we would just do a bunch of unboxing on Instagram, and Mike would come in and say what's up and everything, and then he sent us this amazing trash compactor like they have in New York. And it was so nice of him to send that to me. And then that was like just the first little baby step to where Mike was going to go and where he's at now. And it's just amazing to see your growth. But how you doing today, dude? How's it going?
Good, man. Good. Yeah, dude, I remember those days. Y'all were the funniest. Y'all had the craziest chemistry, man, and had a good time. I remember y'all used to go live quite a bit, and I would watch you guys as I was driving. Probably not the smart thing to do, but I couldn't miss it, dude. You guys were so fucking hilarious.
Must see TV. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but everything's going good, man. It's been a while. What 6, 7 years, whatever the number is, days. And here
Yep.
we are, right?
Here we are. Look how far we come. Well, you have. I've not moved an inch really from where I was 7 years ago.
it's-
But
Mikey has no progression in his life.
no, I've regressed terribly like a toddler. So it's bad for me. It's bad. But no, man, it's so exciting to see where you've gone. I mean, obviously, the big thing is Wall XD. It's such an amazing success, and I want to start just kind of asking like how you got into this game of dial creation, and where was your start?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm gonna go back,
Thank you.
way back, like maybe where my name comes from, High School Creations. Um, 7 years, almost 8 years now. My wife had our first son, and I had a bunch of time off from work, and we were cleaning out the room he was going to be in, and I found this notebook of all these crazy things I drew back in high school, and I was I did a lot of art. I was in art school 4 years. I did a lot of drawing, but after high school, I didn't do anything for almost 10, 12 years, and that brought it all back. It was like that flash of like the life flashes before your eyes, and it all came back to me, dude. It was December 2017. Ever since then, like for some reason, like I've just been going after it, dude. Creativity was back on, baby, and I was just creating. It started out just digitalizing those crazy drawings. I didn't want to post them as myself because I was still kind of intimidated by the internet and me being nerdy. And High School Creations allowed me to do that. It allowed me to become myself, and then further, I revealed that I was High School Creations, and then Iron Man pun. But then it's just been crazy ever since then. I just keep trying to one up myself and do better and better and better. Sometimes I fail, sometimes I walk shit back, but I try to be better every day, just creatively, and that's how I got where I am.
What's like the driving force? What's the thing that makes you want to just keep going and going, even though you got those failures?
That's a great question. I keep asking myself that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I don't know. I want to be remembered on some level, and I've always wanted to be an artist, and I want to leave my mark on the world. I don't know if that's going to be my art or hopefully the inspiration for my kids to do that, or some people out there that want inspiration or need inspiration. I want to be a positive person in a community, just doing things, right? And just challenging myself to see what I can do and push limits. And I think I'm doing that. We'll see how long I can do it, though.
I mean, yeah, you've been doing it for a while. I mean, we can look here. You have your page. I mean, you have your own page, but look, being featured on Big Bad, like having your stuff it's legit even if you weren't on a website like this, but it's just a commercial space that has your stuff that's sold out. And, it just shows how much people love what you do. That must be so fulfilling and exciting to see that kind of support. I can't imagine what it's like.
It's nuts, but at the same time, I'm so freaking busy. I haven't actually got to sit in it and actually look at it. I know the 7-year-old me from 7 years ago would be like, holy shit. Today's me is like, I got a lot of work to do. So I don't get the chance to sit there and think about it that way. But it is like these conversations, like looking at that. 9 products on BBTS. Most of them sold out. That's awesome, right? But to me, I know that's work, and I want to do more, right? So there's that next level, that glass ceiling that I'm going to punch through or try to punch through. Have maybe 12 items at BBTS next year. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's a great feeling.
What's the process like? Take us through like kind of like from creation, conception of these things to the creation of them. Like how do you go from like coming up with, oh, I want to do like a dumpster, or I want to do like a crate or this and that, and how do you get it, made and to the point where you're happy with it?
Yeah, honestly, a lot of times I'm listening to an audiobook and driving, and I'll see something cool. Here recently, I live in Hanahan. It's a small, suburb outside of Charleston, South Carolina. And they recently put a whole bunch of these new Welcome to Hanahan signs. And I'm like, oh, shit, I want to make a miniature of that. That's my inspiration. Things I see that are dope. I stopped. I took pictures of it. My wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to build this, and I'm going to give this to the mayor. I guess the secret's out. That's what I'm doing. But that's what happens. I drive behind a building. I'm like, oh, shit, I like that. the real thing is architecture. It's design. Even though these are dumpsters, gritty things, like to me, they're interesting, and I want
Yeah.
to make them a miniature form or capture something that's meaningful to somebody, like the Hanahan sign, right? That's meaningful to all of us in Hanahan, and I want to embody that in something small that someone can sit on their desk, or maybe bigger. They take pictures with their action figures, but
It
that's kind of it.
does. It does do a lot. I remember we got a billboard put up on the 95, and the company that we go through to do those billboards, one day she walks in and she's like, "I got some for you," and it's like a little miniature like interstate billboard, on the little stand and everything with our billboard on it. And I just thought it was like the coolest thing. And the first thing I wanted to do is like, I got to hang a Spider-Man off of this thing. It's gonna look so cool, like he's like standing up on the sign. So I get what you're saying about inspiring people and just bringing that joy to see something, especially like the sign from the town, and just it does do something really cool to kind of see that recreated, because it is art. It is like you were saying, like even a dumpster or this and that. If it's done right, it's just like what it takes to create that and to make it look realistic. And then I think that's what people just get blown away when you look at some of your work. You're just like, man, why does this look so good? It looks so realistic. Like I could walk up to this, neighborhood
Neighborhood
store here
store,
and
yeah.
walk through the door. And I think that's just what's so impressive about your work here.
Yeah, I really use a lot of references, and I try to make sure stuff's in scale, nothing looks out of scale. They don't throw your eyes, but if you get enough of those little details, like nothing else really matters. You may not see like that part line that I see. Now you all see it, but you get pulled into it. You don't see all those things. You see like the rustiness, the dirtiness on those garage or security doors. But if you get enough of those little details, like your mind thinks you're there. It looks
Yeah.
real, and it's a trick.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to do. I really want to hit that realism point, but then for me, like I want to creatively make connection with so many people, and so to do that, like my prices can't be ridiculous. So I try to manufacture either low run or large run, and a way that makes stuff a little bit more affordable, yet still gets me to that near realism that I'm trying to do and get that in everybody's hands.
That's great. Yeah, because I think that's the thing with a lot of people. They would love to do kind of dioramas and set up with a lot of their collection, but sometimes it's hard. Some of these dioramas can get kind of pricey,
They
and
can.
so to have affordable options or just have a couple pieces that you can put together and kind of create a scene from that, I think is great for collecting. I think people really enjoy kind of seeing their figures come to life with props like these.
Yeah, but it's really slippery. Like I started out, just a few little accessories, and now like I was putting a piece together today. I'll probably reveal in a few weeks, but I have an entire city block that trumps kind of the city block I did a few years ago, from water towers to billboards, all these different AC units. I stay up every night, like designing in CAD and coming up with new things, and some stuff never gets released, but like my mind just doesn't stop, especially now that I'm designing in CAD and other, forms versus just like creating by hand. Like it just allows me to move so much faster and create things. So I'm building that actually. That's it in 3D form. The next thing I got to start doing is printing that hook and ladder um, building in the middle. But that thing is huge. This thing's 46 inches tall. I want an Ecto one, the one from HasLab, to fit in there. So it's got to be huge.
Oh, I want it. Oh, I need it. This is so cool.
Some people already asked if I'll do the facade, like just the front. I probably will do that too. But my goal, like inside, like what's going to tickle me is an Ecto one fitting inside this. So the 1st thing is going to be printing it to full scale, getting paint on it, getting as much realism on it as I can, and that'll be like that'll just make me feel good for that first hour, and then it's on to something else. So
That'd be amazing.
What's like, so the beginning point to end point, how long did it take from just imagining it to actually creating the file to printing, painting, and then shipping?
Yeah, that's a good question. I can probably design like that building will take me 3 days once I get the inspiration, which my kids they'd never seen Ghostbusters, and like one weekend we binged, there are 6 movies now, all 6 movies, and I was like, I love architecture, right? I was like, I gotta build that. I love New York style architecture, and I was like, I gotta design that. So I stayed up almost 3 days straight designing this thing. Still needs some work, but this was, I don't know, 8, 9 months ago. Like my skill set has changed since then because I work every day. But yeah, a couple days. The printing can be the long pole in this, but I have 30 printers. I can dice this up using another piece of software and get it printed out probably in 3 or 4 days. And then painting and shipping is where it comes in, right? Because painting's meticulous. Painting takes time, and I want to get it just right. Painting will probably take a few weeks, and this is if I dedicated all my time to it. And then
Right.
shipping, something this big obviously takes some time, but shipping's short, but it still takes for something this big at least a day to package it right, make sure it's going to arrive safe because,
Mhm.
even if you put fragile on on a box, no matter how many stickers you put, like someone's going to kick it. It's going to
Oh
get
man,
thrown.
they like throw it in a trash compactor. They crush it. They throw it in a volcano, and then it gets shipped to your home. It's a miracle thing to make it intact.
Right. And sometimes with these big ones, shipping is half the price, right? It's
Mhm.
ridiculous. And anyway, that's kind of it. I know I went through it quick, but 3 or 4 weeks if I was able to dedicate time to something like this.
Right.
But yeah, they're little works of love, man.
When you're talking about dedicating time, it's kind of what you're doing now. You recently did a post saying that you're going full time with the high school creations.
Yeah, I've been doing as a side hustle or like the third wheel for a long time, right? Because I got a career.
What up?
You got a career, family comes first, right? That is a full-time job. If you guys are, husbands or fathers, you guys know how seriously that is, especially if you want to be good at it. And then I was doing high school creations, and I was trying to do them all 100%, and I just couldn't. I was a B player at all of it. I want to be an A player. And
Right.
a couple months ago, me and my wife sat down. We
And you
took a
kicked out your
break.
children, and you're like, let's do this.
Anyway, we sat down. We talked about it. I said, hey, what do we really want to do in life? Let's take some risk here, calculated risk, obviously, and let's go all in. She's been working with me full time since last September.
Wow.
She's what helped Etsy really take off from 15, 20 grand last year to we'll probably do 50, 60 grand this year.
Amazing.
Me doing it full time. With the new Kickstarter coming up, I really wanted to focus on it, and I want to make this even better than I've done. So yeah, I basically put my notice in. I quit my job officially a couple days ago, even though like we've been talking about it for a few months. My last day there is the 31st of July, and then after that, like I'm 100% in it for real, and I'm already gearing up to just take off.
Fantastic. Well, I hope it's a great success because we're very excited to see what you've done and where you're going to go with that. So it's really good to see you really kind of jumping on. I feel kind of similar in a way when we decided to do with my wife. We had the same kind of conversation. We're like, she asked me the same thing. What do you want to do? And I was like, the other thing that's really made me happy is toys and collectibles. And that's always been my passion as a kid, And she's like, all right, let's do it. Let's make it happen, And she was kind of like that driving force to kind of push me to do what I've always wanted to do. And that's open Hidden Temple Toys. And so, yeah, I'm with you there, man. And I really, am all in on your success. And hopefully, we'll see bigger and better things for you. And you'll just keep growing and growing. And you can achieve those things that you want to because it's great. There's something special about doing the things that you were passionate about and to be able to live out your dream, So yeah, man, mad props.
Thank you. It's a hard decision, and it's going to
Epic
be
dog.
hard along the way, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end, and I'm all for it. So let's do it.
Fantastic. So do you have a particular piece that you're the most proud of? Like this is like so far the one that you're like, this is probably one of the best things I've ever done?
I have two. You guys probably never seen. I want to list the first one as my Epic City Dio. I was commissioned by Astonishing News and Reviews back in 2021. If you go to the top, Mike, it's the second or third pin. Oh, is it gone now? What the hell did
This
I do?
one? No, after one.
Yeah, it's gone. Sorry, I must have added another pin in there. Well, never mind. It's the
You
Epic
got
City
you got
Dio.
You got a lot of stuff to show off. So
Yeah. But anyway, it's basically a city block that I hand built. Obviously, some lasers, some 3D printing, but it was all mostly foam. 4 buildings. The large building in the middle was a McDonald's. It lit up. Like it had all these things I've wanted to do. And when he hit me up as a commission, he's like, "I want you to do the best work you've ever done." And it took me a couple years, and I got it to him. But it was the best thing. And having a client that allowed that wanted to inspire it, and left the timeline open to allow me to be that creative, I think also helped escalate me to who I am today. And I can't. There's no value I can put on top of that, right? Obviously, he paid me for it, but the reward out of there is just still
Right.
going. It's that beating. It's the creativity that was inspired by doing all that. The second one is, and if you go to the top, I built this colonial style plantation house from downtown Charleston. I built for a TV series out of Canada called Best in Miniatures, and I don't know if it's that second one. Yeah, so I was in a TV show called Best in Miniatures that aired in Canada. It is now on Netflix in Canada. I'm hoping it's going to be in the States soon. But
Get
this
the
was,
VPN.
yeah, get a VPN. I was on season 3 with my miniature family here. You'll see them. And I got there's the inside of it. I got to build this huge, epic. We don't want to use the word dollhouse, but it was a house, 1/12 scale with like 7 rooms, and it was inspired by historical downtown Charleston. And I can't tell you anything about it, so I want you to watch it. But there's a lot of reasons why this became my favorite build. And this was one of the hardest challenges I've ever done. This also pushed me in my skill set as far as like challenges and stick building and on the fly building. But this is my second favorite build, and you never really get to see it here. But if you watch the show, you should get to see a lot of it.
We'll
It's good
definitely keep an
advertising.
eye out to catch that. Yeah, get your VPNs, everybody. We gotta watch this and support Mike here because it's just fantastic jobs.
So
And then
cool.
last question for me: is there a job that you've done, or just anything you kind of wanted to do and you were excited, but then it just was like a complete disaster, and you're like super disappointed and want to just burn it?
That happens more times than not, actually. I've done a fair amount of those, right? And that's where you learn. That's where you build. That's where you take your skills to the next level. I've had some boo-boos, and I try to put them out there. To some people, they may not recognize why they are. It could have been timeline. It could have been just it didn't come out the way I wanted it, right? There was one that I think Laser Pants has now. It's a sci-fi corridor. I never got the outside the way I wanted it, but the inside looked fabulous. So those kind of things, right? Because when I build something, I want it to at least look decent all the way around. On the outside of that, was a bunch of wires and stuff, but inside it looked great. Just an example, one of my first sci-fi corridors, which I still have, I built like back in 2017. It was a hot piece of garbage too. I didn't know how to do surfaces, and I was using like metal tape to create this reflective metallic surface. It was just dog shit, man. And it's out there and Instagram, but the way I've photographed it, it looks okay. But there are definitely a lot of failures, probably more failures than good stuff. But that's how you learn. That's the
Yeah, you
process.
do learn that. You do learn.
Yeah.
Plus, they say, we're always our harshest critics. So,
Yeah.
maybe
When those
what
things
you see is
happen,
a
well, yeah,
complete
when those things happen, you just look at yourself in the mirror and you just say to yourself,
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
but you can come back from it. It's
Yeah,
like you said, learn from the failures.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the dream thing to build? What's the thing that's in your mind, that's in your heart, in your soul, that you're like, one day I'm gonna make this happen?
Yeah, I still say this. I want to make sets for movies in 1/12 scale, and that's a scale they typically work in. And I want to do that. I don't want to do just one. Right? I want to link up with the production company and build a relationship. They trust me, and I do every movie they go to. They call me first. If I'm busy, then they go to somebody else. I want to do that.
What's the movie set? Like, what's the property that you're like, man, I would love if I got the chance to work for this one. This would be the dream come true.
Well, I'm not picky because I'm sure production companies aren't either. But I'm going to stick with like city themed stuff. Now I started moving to like Western stuff. I don't know if you saw my teas, but I am designing some stuff that's not in the city anymore. But I love city and architecture. Yeah, and so I would love to do stuff for like big box offices that are blowing shit up in cities. Not so much terrain. I can do terrain, but that's not my thing. So, like, if there's an Independence Day 3 or 4, I don't know what movie they're on, and they're blowing up another White House or something like that, I hope to build the miniature for that. Or if there's another Ghostbuster movie, and Bill Murray, who lives in Charleston, wants to come holler at me to build the Hook and Ladder, or loves my design, I get that in a movie. That would be something dope, right? But city-themed stuff, right? Alleyways, tall building, maybe some futuristic type shit. I don't know, but cities, right? Urban areas, stuff like that.
We should have him come do a little miniature scale of the new Hidden Temple shop, for 1/12 scale. We can fill it with all sorts of figures and stuff.
I would love to do that. I'd do that pro bono just to get the views.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. We would
You're the
love to have
best.
some.
We'll get you only the toppest, finest Greyhound bus for its all half expenses paid, of course. So
No drinks. Can't do it.
no drinks. One bottle of water. That's it.
Oh no, we take good care of them. We take good care of them.
You're in
Yeah,
North Carolina, right?
Yeah, we're right in North Carolina,
Yeah, that's
Selma,
not too far.
right on the 95. Yeah, my sister lives in Greenville, so she
Okay.
likes to go to Charleston every so often and hang out. So yeah, not too far away.
yeah. Mike, I wanted to ask you about Wall XD really quick. How did that come together? I think it was like you were talking about how you want to make stuff for people that they can actually afford, and this seemed like the best version of that.
Yeah, so I think lead up to Wall XD, I started thinking about some common themes that anytime I built, people wanted this modularity. Oh, what if I can make this, custom? Or even thought about what I wanted in my displays, right? Something that was versatile that I could either do in a DTOF, RIP DTOFs, I don't know what they're called now, or if I wanted to, when I got out and wanted to take photos, I could build this thing up. But at the end of the day, when I was done with it, I could just stack it down and put it in a box or something like that, not worry about it getting beat up, right? The
Right.
foam ones, they look great, right? People do great work, but they are very fragile, right? And they will bow over time and all these different things. There's a lot of maintenance around them. So I started thinking about what mark could I leave on the action figure community, right? What could I do? And I started tinkering with designing something that was repetitive, right? Something that could be manufactured, but I could still leave my touch on it. So Wall XD is just that. It's a manufactured product, so it's very durable. It's produced the same way every time, and each one is hand finished, so subtly unique, right? The great thing about it is it meets all those things I just said. It's highly durable. It doesn't break. If you run it over, it may break. It's almost eighth-inch thick plastic. I have some. What am I talking about? You can connect them, right? You can scale them out wide. You can scale them out tall.
That's
You
awesome.
can, you could customize them if you want to paint on them, right? There's accessories. There's this integrated peg system. There's 14 in each wall where you can peg in our accessories. Where am I at? And it's really just a set to have fun with, to make it easy to get to your display instead of, trying to source a bunch of different things.
Right.
Yeah, that's amazing.
With that said, it's still, it's cohesive. It works with NECA. It works with all the custom dials you may get from, Vasco Toys or Oiler's Workshop, wherever you're getting your displays from. And, it works. Because truly, when you're driving down a city, not every building is designed by the same person. So you want something a little different, right? That adds to the realism. But yeah, I've always wanted to be able to connect with, more creative connections with people. This allows me to do a much higher run. We had 1,500 of the walls from the original Kickstarter. Those are all gone, guys. I'm sorry. I know you want more painted. I hear it every day. Maybe with Kickstarter. But we do have
Wall XD not included.
uh,
Way to stay on brand.
we got our accessory shipping out now. I'm a small company, like down to the blisters. Like I designed this blister mold in Fusion, 3D printed it, and I'm running my own vacuum form to make these blisters. Boxes we UV print on in-house. While these are injection molded at a factory, I finish them all, whether it's UV decals or hand painted. So I'm doing all this myself.
Wow. That's
It's
really
fun.
great. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. And to go to the walls, you have the corners that you can actually get now, right?
Corners are shipping now. Some people already have them in hand. Working to get those out now. We got probably 600-700 that'll be shipping out here the next couple of weeks. But yes, everything that was in the original Kickstarter even talked about, from the main wall, the accessories, the garage door plate, and the corners, have all been made. They're all in the warehouse and already shipping out. And some of those are all, at least collectively, in somebody's hands. I think MCU's got them. Dave Warner's got them. It's cool to see it realized, right? It's been a couple years. Took me a little while to get this out. A lot of lessons learned in the manufacturing process and designing process. And then having to come up with, typically when I paint diodes, like it's one or two at a time, 1,500 pieces at a time, right? That takes a different process, different mindset. And so I was able to develop processes that I then trained my nephews, my wife, and other family members to then replicate, right, to be able to help me get all these out.
Yeah.
Amazing.
well, you run a tight ship there, and things are working out for the better. And like Ed said, just to kind of reiterate his point, we're just excited to see where you go, man, with all this, and to see what the full time high school college creation at this point.
Right?
I don't know
Maybe
where you go.
Gotta
Yeah,
graduate.
you go
rebranding.
you go post grad, you go doctoral creations. I mean, you can go everywhere with it. So.
PhD creations.
Yeah, there you go. Right for the more aristocratic gentleman, that's a collector. So
For the learned doctors.
for the learned doctor of collector. Well, that's great, man. That's cool. Well, let's get to some news for the week because that's what we do on this show. Would you want to take that tour with us?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. A segment called Hot Toy News. We're talking about Comic-Con. Ed's away. Oh, he's back. Welcome back, man.
Letting the
You
dog
left
out.
us. I got scared. I didn't know what to do when you're gone like that. Don't ever do that again.
So sorry.
It's like when the toddlers does peekaboo and they freak out because their mom or dad is gone. It's like that. Like that happened right now. No, where'd he go?
Like, where'd he go?
Oh my god! Holy shit! I'm about to shit myself. I just shit myself. I'm a baby. That's right. Yeah, Comic-Con is on the way, but there's plenty of other shows happening. We're big fans of Kyoto and what they do. And they had a exhibit called Billy World in China, and they have some stuff to show. Ed, you're a big Attack on Titan fan, and you see this behemoth there that they have on display. What's the first thing that pops in your mind when you see this bad
This
boy?
blew my mind. I was totally like, they'll make the Titans, but this was like a joke to me. Oh, make the Colossal Titan. That'd be really funny because it's like impossible. But nope, joke's on me because
Impossible is possible.
it's amazing. I mean, wow. I mean, they really went out for it. And this thing, I mean, it's so cool. Talking about like creating a scene with this thing. I can't imagine what an amazing diorama Mike could make here for Attack on Titan with this guy coming through the walls. Insane. So yeah, I was blown away that they actually made this. First and foremost, I was like, wow, this is actually a thing. And yeah, I'm excited, man. That thing is a beast. Like if you're familiar with the scale, you can tell that thing is massive.
Yeah, that is. What are we? I mean, that's like what 4 feet?
I don't know. It's big.
It's got to be sitting at least a Sentinel or a Galactus tall, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Galactus. That's Galactus size at the very least. It has to be. It's absolutely massive. Do you get down with Attack on Titan, as the kids say, Mike?
I don't. I'm actually. This toy line is making me interested in the quality that they have in this line, right? The articulation, the paint apps, the striations in the muscles, right? I'm actually really excited for this. I know nothing about the property and going to go research it now because how cool these look. I'm definitely curious.
Yeah. You'll be excited when you go into it because it's a really interesting story with lots of twists and turns. The characters are fantastic, and so really, really cool. And like they do an exceptional job of capturing that with these toys. Revoltech is just a perfect toy line for the dynamic, action that these giant monsters do in the show. So yeah, I was like super excited when they announced that they were doing Attack on Titan, and that just the fact that they've done such a robust lineup just blows me away.
Mr. David Poole, you're being suffocated by toys, but do you want something like this, the massive, massive Colossal Titan?
I'd love to be suffocated by the Colossal Titan. That sounds good to me. No, I'm a big fan, like Ed.
Right there, Larry.
I'm a big fan of Attack on Titan, like Ed. I watched it when it came out, and it's awesome because it's a complete story. They finished it. It took them like 3 years, 3 story arcs to finish it, but. Yeah, I like Ed. I thought that was a joke that thing was they're actually making it, but it'll be interesting to see. I don't think they've made anything that big before, so
no, I can't think of
anything. Is it going to be
anything.
fully articulated? Is it going to be more limited? So that'll be. I'm excited to see what when we get to see more stuff for it.
Yeah, I like
the regular Titans themselves, like Aaron and other characters. The other Titans are all unique. Each one is unique compared to the other ones.
Oh,
so you get to see a lot of cool different stuff. So the regular size ones are going to be awesome to get alone, and then that Colossal one is just insane.
You're definitely going to have to go to the Revoltech booth, Mikey, and take pictures of this and give us your up close and,
I I feel like I'm just like outside of Jada and obviously Hasbro that always have amazing stuff. Jada, I'm just so stoked for this year. But Kyoto being at Comic Con is super surprising for me, and probably my most anticipated
Yeah.
display. Just curious what they're going to have, if they're going to have all this stuff, if they're going to have more stuff. But yeah, all these figures look really cool. I need to watch the show at this point.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you're missing out. I've told you about anime for the longest time. You're missing out.
I mean, you showed me Ninja Scroll. You showed me so many things as a little
I've tried,
boy.
Michael. I've tried to enlighten you.
You brought me into manhood. I suckled from the nerd teeth.
That's a different anime.
Oh,
That's mentoring, Michael.
that's why I'm so disturbed. No, but these look awesome. They look really cool. I'm very curious how much that would be. Like Larry was saying, the articulation, if it had any. I mean, this is just a quick, print up, so it could have. What if it had Yamaguchi standard articulation on a massive thing like this?
Crazy. Would be just crazy.
Yeah, my assumption is that it'll probably have some sort of limited articulation, not as
Right.
I mean, I'd be amazed. I mean, they amazed me just that they did it, so I'd be amazed if they do it fully articulated. But my assumption is maybe for price, point to cut it down, they'll limit articulation. Just give it like specific ones, especially the arms and stuff like that, but maybe not everything else.
Right. Yeah, something standard. I imagine maybe something like, we haven't seen it yet, but Sentinel, that Marvel Legends is doing, the Made to Order one, it's more of a limited sort of articulation system, but it still moves around pretty well. I'm kind of hoping for something like that. So
it's got fully articulated hands and fingers. So,
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So we'll see.
I take it
might not be that limited.
Might not be that limited. I'm a fool. I am a big dumb fool.
You got to read
for Michael. I don't read. You know that. I read comics.
You're on the toilet.
Got a lot of poop in my hand. I can't read books. I can't shit on my fingers. I watch that crud off, man. I get pink eye like that.
No.
More stuff from Kyoto. A lot of cool. I'm not too familiar with these, Ed. I know you maybe know of this or no?
No, this one I have not seen.
Okay.
That one I had. That's Dan to Dan, which is fantastic.
Dan to Dan. Yeah. Are you in on Dan to Dan stuff?
You asking me?
It's a question for the panel.
You know I am. We've talked about Dan to Dan before.
Not really.
No, Mike. You don't mess with any anime stuff?
I do, but it's very limited. One Punch Man, Dragon Ball. But I'm definitely curious. I like the animation styles. I just don't have a lot of time these days to sit down and watch. So one day
we'll get there.
Yeah. That's the hard part with all the busy schedule when you're working hard, and especially with all you're doing, Mike. I know for myself, it's like the last thing I have time for is recreational, TV or video games. That's like the first thing goes out the window.
You have to be decisive on what you spend your time on. Exactly.
Oh yeah. It's like work, family, sleep.
I got time for it. We used to do Diablo raids all the time, and that just went to the side.
I know. I got to retire again. That's what I need.
Well, that's the point. Now you got the guy working there, and now you can kind of set off and coast. And
that's where we're going. I'm trying to get this business to run autonomously, so I can go back to sleeping in late and playing video games. Especially now that the kids go to school. We'll see if that ever happens. But here we got another big one that I'm a huge fan of. This one. This is a Delicious in Dungeon. Amazing anime. Another one I've been telling everybody to watch. Super excited to see more figures come. I'm like kicking myself for missing some of the early releases for this one, but I have a couple on pre-order, so hopefully we'll have some cool ones to show off on the show. Everyone knows Neon Evangelion here. Very popular from back in the day. Mikey, you know this one.
Oh, baby. Snake. This is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Probably maybe the best game out of the whole Metal Gear saga. I'm excited for the actual remake, but yeah.
Have you ever eaten snake, Mikey?
I've eaten alligator. I've not eaten snake.
Is that anybody on the panel? Mike, David, no snake.
Rattlesnake.
Really?
Yeah, it tastes like chicken.
Tell us about him. Are you just talking out your hoo ha?
No,
Tell us about you choking on that snake.
they'll bite you right in the hoo-ha. But no, when I was a kid, we killed a rattlesnake in Ocala, my grandparents' farm,
Holy
and my
crap!
uncle skinned it, and we fried it up and ate it.
Look at you.
All right.
It was like
You got-
chicken. It wasn't
You were
like horrible.
boy, huh?
It wasn't bad.
Did you guys see visions and stuff after you ate it?
No, that's if you drank the venom. No, I did not.
Yeah, snake. That snake on the grill, boy. Woo!
Yep. Well, interesting. Yeah, maybe one day I'll give it a try. I'm
Yeah.
very open-minded to culinary, treats. So we'll see.
You do. You have a very complex palate.
Yeah, and you passed it on to Edward too. He's very adventurous.
Yeah, for an 11-year-old, he eats quite well.
I still just eat chicken tendies, no pickles.
And
No,
they got to be the dinosaur-shaped ones. You don't eat that
They're
regular.
just too spicy for you.
I flip out. I just throw my plate and I just go, "This is stupid. This is
You look at Chris and be like, "These are not dino nuggets."
what the hell's wrong with you?"
They ask you how you like your steak, and you say, "Yes, please."
Or ketchup, madam. Yeah. But I'm so in. And look, I think I love Metal Gear. I love the full series. I would love just to get more figures. We really only have, I think Figma did Metal Gear Solid 2 version, and of a Solid Snake. So there's so much that we would love to see from this series, but I'll take whatever I can get. And Snake Eater, and you have another one here that we can show off.
I was going to say, there's so much sculpt there, but yet there's so much articulation. It's hard to get both of those things, and they're doing it.
Yeah.
Revoltech does a really good job with that. People have complained a little bit with the joints on Revoltech being a little too exposed, so it kind of looks wonky sometimes in the posing. You'll get these big gaps. But honestly, I love the fact that they're extremely posable and dynamic. That's kind of the whole allure to the Revoltech line. So yeah, I'm excited. I love to see a toy that can just like do crazy poses that you don't really get on regular standard, articulated figures now.
Yeah. No, like you see Naked Snake here, and you have that articulation, like Mike was saying, and it looks like they're doing a better job disguising those joints. You can kind of see on the shoulder, over here on his left shoulder. It looks like they're kind of holding that. The ball joints are so pronounced, and you see them very much so on figures like Ryu Hayabusa, from Ninja Gaiden. And if you can get in a certain pose, you can kind of hide it. And then you look over here, you look at the boss, and you can kind of see like that they're kind of changing. They're in sort of an evolution of what Kyoto can be, and how you can still maintain that really dynamic articulation that they put in their figures, and also try to make it more seamless.
Yeah, they definitely improved, because some of the earlier figures you can definitely see a lot of issues. But yeah, they've definitely gone, and improved a lot of their sculpting to try to hide and minimize a lot of that. But people will complain about anything.
Oh, we'll get to that soon. Naked Snake, the boss, also doing Ocelot. So I'm very excited, and hopefully they do more other stuff, because Metal Gear Solid, the first game, has an insane roster. So I'm really excited for that.
Bazinger.
Yes, Bazinger, looking super cool. I never watched it. I gotta say.
Shogun Warriors, yeah. It was a little before my time, but there's a lot of people that were into this, and we talk about it a lot at the shop. So I think this one's going to be real popular.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a pretty cool one. Ninja Gaiden, you can't get enough of that. Always up for some more Ninja Gaiden. Yeah, and I love this. There's the Ryu Hayabusa. There's Ninja Gaiden 2 one with the giant scythe.
3. This is 3.
Oh, 3. Sorry, yeah, 3. Yeah, that's the original it came out with. It's just 3. The armor's a little different. There's some, obviously has the dragon arm, something like that. Some crap like that.
He
looks
looks
awesome.
like demon poisoned.
Demon poison. That's what it is. Demon poisoning. Yeah, man.
Your favorite?
Why is it my
prisoner.
favorite? Okay, all right, relax, buddy.
I think Larry needs to cosplay as Pretty Prisoner Comic-Con.
He has the body type for it.
He would look
no
amazing.
one wants to see that. Nobody.
I think we
think
all
you're
want to
wrong,
see it.
Larry. I think we
I
all
think
want to see it.
you are so wrong, dude. You don't even know how wrong you are. Yeah, that one looks cool. Are you excited to have more One Punch Man characters? I know you love that
Yeah,
one, Ed.
yeah. This is a really, really funny character. He's one of those like standout, just kind of really over the top comedic ones. So, Mike, you said you were a fan of One Punch Man. What do you think?
Yeah,
I
I
only saw the
think.
first season. But yeah, Mike, go.
Oh, I don't know which mic it is, but yeah, I end up watching season 1, season 2 here recently, and finding out season 3 was on the way. So presently surprised by that. And then these figures launching, these just look awesome. So I'm
Yeah,
excited for them.
yeah, they're fantastic. I want to see more. There's so many cool characters. I want to see like the what's her name, the tornado girl. I always forget their names.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And some of the other ones are really cool. Definitely, I want what's his name, Genos, because he's
Genos, yeah, that'd be
amazing.
cool. Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get some really cool ones. But
Gina
we got
Gershon,
pretty prisoner right now. So
Larry,
we're
his dreams have been
we're
answered.
definitely gonna keep nagging David to cosplay.
Yeah, I'll get the figure. I don't know if I'll do the cosplay.
Never
We have
say
our
never,
Halloween
David.
episode
Never
coming
say
up,
never.
you know. So like, think about it. Think about it, Larry. So don't poo-poo it so suddenly.
I'll be one of the booth dudes, and I'll cosplay as him as a booth dude.
Your booth dude costume.
That's the perfect booth dude
Hey
costume.
boys, hey girls, come on in.
Oh yeah, these are some unannounced
Well,
ones too.
Oh yeah, I was about to say he's from season 2.
Fang,
I forget
yeah,
his name. Yeah,
yeah.
Fang.
That's cool.
This
That's
is
really
yeah
cool.
one of the antagonists in I think season 2 is it?
Yep, season 2.
Ooh,
Very cool.
Revoltech.
Street Fighters,
Yuri.
my jam. Street Fighter 6, Yuri. Very exciting to see what to do. You got Chun Li looking extra thick.
What do you think,
I've never
Mikey? We've talked about this. More and more people are picking up the Street Fighter license. Are you gonna do another one, Revoltech?
No, but I do like what they're doing. It looks cool. Ryu looks awesome. These look really cool. I haven't really. I like Street Fighter 6. I love all Street Fighter. I kind of have my picks. I like my Capcom Alpha style, my versus Capcom style. I like my Street Fighter 2. I feel like with Storm and Jada, that kind of does it for me. It just kind of hits those sweet spots, and they really just fulfill what I wanted. And
Well,
so I don't really
don't
see
be
my-
crying when you miss out on these amazing figures.
I'm gonna be crying, baby. I'm gonna be crying like a little bitch. So you prepare to hear me ask and beg and plead for you. But come on, man, let me get those, please.
I'm just gonna replay this episode for you, dude.
Yeah, on repeat, like a torture scene from A Clockwork Orange.
You
you
made
know?
your bed, Michael.
Now sleep. But yeah, Kyoto stuff really cool. I mean, the fact they're showing this stuff and Comic-Con being around the corner had me super stoked. Speaking of Comic-Con, exclusives galore, and we just got a new one. Four Horsemen has a Mythic Legion exclusive coming up. This thing looks really cool. Ed, Mike, I'll ask you first. Do you mess around with Mythic Legions at all?
I do. I pick and chose some selectively. I can't go all in, although I love to. This looks great though, and the fact they got an exclusive at SDCC this year, that's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to see Four Horsemen Mythic Legion line continue to grow and expand, and like now they got in the Comic-Con, we're getting exclusives, and Mythic Legion exclusives are always really fun. They always do something really cool with them, and this one I think is no exception. I'm excited. And isn't this one related to the game they're doing?
Yeah, this is
the
the
Dungeons
role
and Dragons
playing game.
style.
This is the
Yeah. So
the paladin from the RPG.
Yeah, when we were in at Legion's Con last year, they talked about this. We saw some of the ideas they had for the game, and it's cool to see them commemorate that with this really cool figure. So yeah, this is definitely one I'm going to beg Mikey to pick up.
See, the tables have turned, my friend. You need me now. Let's see who comes crying to who. What's cool about this one is you notice the colors, black and yellow, Comic-Con colors. So that's sort of the style they're going with for this one. It looks really cool. These cloth goods and the gold and the black look really nice. The Mythic Legions has really taken a turn for me the last 2 years. I was always, I was intrigued. I was interested. I kind of looked at it like like a girl at a bar from far away. Like, I don't know, maybe you look pretty because I'm drunk. Then you get closer, you're like, oh man, amazing. And then just the Mythic Legion stuff is so cool. It's just like after seeing that dragon, I was just blown away. And then all the figures they showed off, and then everything subsequently coming in after that has been really, really good stuff. So I'm definitely in on this exclusive too.
That's an interesting one, Mike, to ask you about building dioramas for kind of Mythic Legions. You said you're mostly into like urban cities and stuff like that. What do you think about doing like castles or, dragon caves or anything along those lines?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, actually. So I think I teased it out maybe in a couple other streams, but Wall XD Wave 2 and the new Kickstarter may have something to do
Ooh.
with castles.
Ooh.
Oh, a little tease, eh?
Forward to it.
Yeah, I like it.
We'll definitely have to keep our eyes peeled for that one.
Yes, for sure. I'm so excited. What are you gonna do, man? I want it all. Just give it to me, please. I'll pay whatever you want. Yeah, very cool stuff. So with that exclusive, we have a whole list of different exclusives and panels that have been announced for Comic Con. Which one are you guys really interested to hear what they're going to talk about? I have my choice, but let's hear what the panel has to say. Let's go with you first, Larry.
Kind of like we went to the toy fair and we got to see Mondo and NECA up close. I want to see what Mondo. I just pre-ordered that Spike, the new Spike they just had come out, and I want to see, are they going to announce more of the Cowboy Bebop roster? Because hopefully they do all the main characters at least.
Mm-hmm.
And what else they do? They have so many licensing stuff. They have the He-Man 20X that we see if we get more stuff from that. The real Ghostbusters stuff. They have so much stuff.
They're going to do a lot with
X-Men.
Superman, too, especially being the year of Superman.
That's true.
2025 coming out, and they got the cartoon. I think we'll see a lot of Superman stuff.
That's true.
Good point. Good point. Ed, what are you looking forward to the most?
Hey, I'm excited to see Kyoto being there. Revoltech showing themselves at San Diego Comic-Con. That's pretty big, and so I'm hoping to see something pretty amazing from them. Some cool new reveals. Hopefully, they didn't, blow their wad all at the show right now, but we'll see some other neat stuff.
They still got something loaded in the chamber. I'm pretty sure. So
yeah.
What you like?
I'm a huge fan of Mondo too, so I'm excited to see what else they do.
Mike, where are you hyped up to see?
I what I think is interesting this year is there is a lot of independent stuff going on at SDCC. Like I'm seeing MCU with panels. I'm seeing, obviously the Mythic Legion we just talked about. But there's this panel. It's an independent toy company panel. It's got Unparalleled. It's got Spiros. It's got Fist. It's got Kirstead. It's got Vonner talking. I'm interested. I want to go to SDCC just to hear that panel. Obviously, I have a lot of personal reasons to do that. I want to grow my independent. But I think that's going to be very exciting to see what they do in the next 5-10 years, and just hear them talk about it now, and then what it's going to be in 10 years. But I think the overall independent presence and what SCC is doing to support what appears to be the community and these people that have grown into these now, massive channels right within the community. I'm just excited to see that.
Yeah, we're going to do a lot of coverage for that. So what were you going to say, Ed?
No, just saying, it's right about that, and the growth of independent toy lines. We've talked a lot about that, and like we saw, like when we were at Legion's Con, there was a big showing for independent. A lot of people that went to the Joe Fest this year were saying there was a huge showing for independent toy companies there. So yeah, I think there's definitely a huge push, and I talk a lot about this to people at the shop. That I think there's a lot of really cool things coming out, and from independent toy lines, and the fact that I think that's where like the innovation and like some really amazing new things can come from. That's why I always like when there's more people doing things, because I think there's a better chance of just upping the game. And so I'm really excited to see more independent companies really come into their own and start really putting out some amazing stuff.
Yeah, I think it creates a bigger community when you have more people involved in this business, and you see more of that shared community amongst one another. Just like this panel, the indie action figure one, which we'll be covering, a figure not included. I feel like it's really important to kind of cover these sort of things. A lot of the independent makers, especially when they're at something like Comic-Con, because Hasbro's going to get overexposed, all these other Mattel's going to get overexposed. You're going to get so much stuff, but I think it's really good to shine a light on stuff like this. So we'll be covering that, even though that Scalawag Wade is going to be there, and I don't like the cut of the jib. I don't like how he smells. I don't like how he looks at me or how he doesn't look at me. There's a lot I don't like, but I do like what he does, and we'll be there. So we'll definitely cover this event and this panel and some other stuff as well. So yeah, good call. I'm a consumer whore. Give me more stuff, Hasbro. Give me Jada. I'm so excited for the Jada panel. The fact they're doing one means that they really have a lot to show this year. So I think they're coming out swinging big, and I like to see that. So
Yeah.
give me Jada all day. So I'm super excited for this.
I'm excited about Jada just because they got a lot of competition on their heels, and they're coming towards the end of their Street Fighter 2 lineup, and I want to see what's next for them. That we've gotten hints of a lot of really interesting things they're working on, so I would love to see some images and really just get excited for something new from Jada, because what they've done so far has been stellar. So I am very happy to see Jada do more and more.
Yeah, 100%. Exactly. More and more stuff is what we like to talk about when it comes to toys. And we're getting more and more stuff when it comes to Superman. Superman just released this past Friday. I don't know if you got to see it yet, Mike.
Not yet.
Not yet. Are you interested in seeing it? Or are you
Oh, yeah.
whatever?
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
see it.
Yeah, I saw it. I enjoyed myself.
Good.
Very much.
And you're such a harsh critic too, so I'm
I
surprised.
really am. I'm a snob. I like to tell myself.
There's a lot
Entertainment.
riding on this release of Superman,
Yeah.
right? Because they can everything that we've seen up before, right? They let some actors go that, like, I couldn't see anybody else really playing Superman outside of Henry Cavill, and now we got Corn Sweat coming in there, and there's a lot riding on this. Not just it needs to be a good movie, but this is James Gunn's take on it, and all the movies that come after this, right? This is a big deal. So I'm glad to hear you liked it at least.
Well, you're not the only one that felt that way. Like, who could replace Henry Cavill? Because just this past day, this past weekend, I mean, I think it was on Friday, you had some, the real pleasant crowd called the Snyder Bros. They were advertising an LED truck throughout, one of the most dense places and tightest roads you can possibly travel through in New York City, in the financial district. So, yeah, Snyder Bros losing their minds, the tailest oldest time, and just advertising. Do not watch Superman. Do not give them your money. And I'm not sure what the second part of their plan is.
Yeah,
but
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I get people are passionate about the stuff that they enjoy, but to go, to the extreme of getting a truck and protesting these movies because they're unhappy with the direction of the studio, it's just bananas. It's pretty funny actually to see how far people are willing to go for something as I mean, I know it means a lot to people too, but it's also kind of trivial. It's a comic book movie. Let's not overblow it.
Deep. There's so many versions of Superman. Why are you so deeply troubled? Like, we're gonna rent a car, we're gonna drive it through New York. They're gonna hear us. They're gonna hear what we have to say. No one cares.
Like so many
No
other
one
things
cares
to worry
at
about.
all.
But
Yeah.
I love Henry Cavill. I thought he was a good Superman. I think
Love that, Harry.
the push for making a Justice League movie was the downfall for him. I think Warner Brothers wanting to capitalize the same way that Marvel did and just kind of rush to put together a Justice League movie because they thought that was the right way to go instead of building the characters up, which is a shame. I think if there was a Man of Steel 2, he could have really kind of flourished as the character and maybe gone more in the direction of Christopher Reeve Superman, where it's a more of a positive tone, and I think that's where the story was going for. Unfortunately, Zack Snyder, his story arcs were not very good, and I'm kind of happy they didn't go through with Justice League Part 2, because from what I've read, it was going to be a complete car wreck of a story. So I think people have just been really, really upset about it. It's going to be like
So
Lois
surprising.
Lane has Batman's baby and Superman coming back and he's gonna get pissed off, and it made no sense. So at the end of the day, I think it was maybe for the best that it got passed on to a new creator. And I've had a lot of conversations at the shop from people who have seen the movie, and most people are pretty positive they like it. Maybe it's not a full home run, but they say it's a solid film and it's enjoyable. It's kind of the polar opposite of Snyder's take. It's definitely much more brighter, much more Silver Age inspired.
Yeah.
A lot from the animated series. So, it's definitely in a different direction. But, maybe for a comic book film and building out a much bigger world, because that's the thing with DC. It has a huge, colorful, pantheon of characters. So, to keep it so dark and serious might have not worked as well for to include so many of these crazy characters that are in the comic book. So maybe this is just a better format for it. So we'll see what time tells.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's another Snyder bro losing their mind.
It's Scooter McGavin.
Like Shooter McGavin. Yeah, so we got the new Spider-Man. Well, funny, I say Spider-Man because I think Superman kind of reminded me of the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans. There's something a little bit about like the tone of it, the action of it. There's something very similar in that world. That's the thing I can relate it to the most. But with Superman, we've had tons of action figures. We kind of want to get to the bottom of it. We want to get to what are the 10 top Superman figures of all time. And we can debate back and forth, but I feel like we have some pretty good contenders on this list. Mike, I wanted to start with you. What's one of your favorite Superman figures that you own, or don't even know, one that you're very aware that this is a great figure?
So I think a lot of people have gushed over the Mafex Superman, right? The Hush Superman, which is a really great, probably one of the best Superman. But I really want a Superman that has some cloth goods, and so the Man of Steel from Mezco has been one of my favorites. I could probably go a little bit beefier on him just to have that really hulked out Superman, but I like this. It still feels great. Looks great. But yeah, I like this. This is my favorite. It's at least for me to display. And I don't know where my Hush is, but it's somewhere. But there are always challenges with the figure. But overall, I like the way this poses. I like the way it feels, and I like the way it photographs. And so this is one of my favorite.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people also order swappable shields for the chest.
Yeah, that was, I guess, one of my complaints on the chest too.
I think where like the symbol was just a little bit too small or just didn't fit right, and so I've seen people get magnetized chest plates that you can do that. But I think it's definitely the best Mezco Superman by far.
Yeah, if I'd bought two, I may do something like that. Just being the singular, I like this. I'm not gonna mess with it too much. And anyway, that's mine.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Mezco does a good job with their figures, and sometimes it's a little hard because we've talked about this with 1/12 scale and doing cloth, bodysuits. They kind of end up looking like Mego dolls sometimes, but sometimes they do a good job and they get the right materials and it ends up, coming across really, really well. So, yeah, that's a good one, and we've had that one available at the shop a couple times, and I always check it out, and I'm like, man, this is a pretty fun figure.
Yeah. That's a cool one. Ed, what about you? What are some of your top Superman figures? Then we can compile our top 10.
Yeah. Well, there's so many to choose from. There's like, you can talk some that are just like nostalgic to you that you just enjoy because of what they represent. You can talk like other ones that are really just like, they're just like a perfect representation of the character. They just look really, really good. I think my personal favorite, and I think this one has both of those things included, is probably Hot Toys Christopher Reeve Superman from the 78 film. Or 78 or 77? I think it was 78, right? Anyway.
That sounds right to me.
It's just such a great, and it's pretty cool because, I think they did such a great job of capturing Christopher Reeve's likeness on that figure. It looks just like him. The suit, the material, it hangs perfectly on him. It looks like he just stepped out of the movie. So that's probably my favorite of the Superman figures.
That's a great one. I'm just pulling up an image right now so we can all see it in its.
Interesting enough, I don't have any Hot Toys Superman, and now I may have to go back in my collection and figure that out.
Yeah. I mean, like, I grew up with the Superman. As much as, I like the modern takes, special effects and everything just looks a lot better. There's just something about Christopher Reeve and the way that Donner did the movie. It just worked so well. It captured Superman so well. And, I mean, I still think he's probably my top Superman. And this figure just does a great job of representing him in that. It could work from like a movie version and even a comic book version. It's such a great figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you have the Superman 3? The evil Superman?
No, I don't have that one. I don't know who ended up with that one. I have the original, this one. I don't have the Dark one.
We got the best one then.
Yeah, this is definitely the best one. That's why when I came across it, I was like, I think I'm gonna have to hold on to this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this one. Okay, Laszlo, what about you? Give us one of your top Superman figures.
Well, Mike already brought up the Mafex Hush, which a lot of people love. I love Mafex and that Hush Batman. I love Jim Lee, so that one's probably my number one. But recently, with that Cyborg Superman Mafex brought out,
Oh,
that's that's right up there with my Mafex Hush Superman. I love that Cyborg Superman they did.
Yeah.
So that would be my one A, one B, and they're both Mafex. I'm all in for Mafex right now.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Mafex Hush Superman, Hush Cyborg Superman. Cyborg Superman, it's not really Superman, but we'll
He's
count it. I
adjacent.
think, yeah, it's adjacent, Superman adjacent, so that's fair. That's fair. Um, Dark Knight Returns Superman is really great. Was that Bizarro?
Bizarro. But I don't. This is a Toddy Mac figure. I put a little cape on it, but I love it, dude. This is how I have it displayed.
Yeah.
Just a lot of motion. Obviously,
What's the best Toddy Mac Superman figure?
That's a good question.
Where is it?
And there is no answer.
There is an answer.
It's a
Well,
rhetorical
there's some
question.
cool ones, and kind of going in line with what we're talking about right now. A lot of people have been saying it. I kind of agree with it. I haven't opened it up to really kind of mess with it, but the Cyborg Superman he just released is pretty stellar. I mean, he did a great job on the sculpt of this one. I mean, this one has a cloth cape. Just really, really good. Everybody, says he's always a miss on the faces. I think this one
Mhm.
he really nailed it. And it's a really cool figure. I want to kind of I tend not to open some of these figures just because I don't have the space for them, but this one I think I'm gonna have to pop open just to mess with and really kind of confirm
That one
is
is
it
really
as good
cool.
as they're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good one. One of my favorites, and I'll take it back a little bit because this one it has a special place in my heart. And it just reminds me of the cartoon. And when I was a kid, it was this quick change Superman. I don't know if any of you guys
Oh,
had this figure or collected any from the Superman animated line, but this was my absolute favorite Superman for as long as I can remember.
I have it at the store loose, but
You
I have
have that one
it. Yeah.
in package or loose?
Loose.
Okay, but did it have the pieces?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Oh, I came across something else you might take a liking to. One of your
Oh,
favorite toy lines of all time. We've talked about it before. One that you've always wanted to see get remade.
Polly Pocket?
Polly Pocket. Exactly.
Yes.
Mighty Ducks.
Muddy Ducks?
Yep.
Oh, shiver me timbers.
I'm holding on to it as a surprise for you. If you ever come visit.
Holy puck. That is very exciting. Oh my god. I'm about to lose my pants right now. I'm just flying off right now.
where'd they
David,
go?
what you have there to show
Your
us?
pants aren't on. You don't have to
They're
lie.
not. That's why I'm doing this show standing up because I'm just free. I'm freewheeling right now. Call me freewheeling Bob Dylan. I'm just riding the waves. Yeah. So I think those are all really great. I think.
Wait. David's got something. Show us, David.
Oh, what you got, Laszlo?
This is one of the McFarlane ones he did from Action Comics 1000.
Mmm.
Is that the new one? Oh yeah, that's the new one with the soft cape.
Yeah, the soft goods.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Oh, talk about soft.
Canceled.
Cancel.
The toy gods did not like that.
No, we saw that. We're like, no, that doesn't count. That's definitely not on the list. And you're
Get
out
him out of here.
You're out. Get the hell out.
What was it? They got the old sheep stick and just yanked them out of there.
like a vaudevillian type of thing going on.
Yeah, that's what I get for. I talk crap about McFarlane, so when I start talking good, the computer boots me out.
Toddy
Yeah.
Mac sent you bad vibes.
Toddy Mac.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm saying, let's say Mafex. We're going. This is in no real order of 1 to 10. This is just on the top 10 list. I think we go Mafex Cyborg. We go Hush Superman. We go Dark Knight Rises Superman, which I think is also a great figure. I think we're throwing Cyborg McFarlane in there. I think we're throwing Hot Toys Christopher Reeves Superman. I think those are a really good solid 5. I would say also, I don't have this one, but I've seen pictures of it, which looks incredible from Muff Toys, the Protector of Metropolis. Have you guys seen that
Oh yeah,
one?
I've seen it.
Yeah.
When you said Muff Toys, I thought you were talking about the original thing we talked about from the beginning of the show. But
Oh, no. I mean, I can bring that up too. I mean, I got pictures, so
Is
no,
this
we
the
don't
one
want
with
to see that part of
softwoods?
your collection.
it's a whole different collection right there. No, this is. Let me bring this up for you, Mike. This is, I mean, incredible figure. Protector of Metropolis. This is like the
Oh
Clark
yeah.
version with the Superman shirt underneath, and it's just really cool.
Man,
It's
Yeah,
one
really
twelve
really
scale.
cool.
Wow.
the Christopher, the switch between the Clark Kent and Superman is just really cool. The fact that you can make both of them out of it, very neat.
Yeah, I think that for all intents and purposes, this is the perfect Clark Kent figure, especially with the Superman suit
Yes,
underneath.
especially at
So,
1/6 scale. This is a really nice figure. The sculpt is really well done. Is this 1/6 or is this one
no,
1/12?
112.
112.
Oh
112.
wow,
It
even
was
better.
photographed like 1/6 for some
Yeah,
reason.
it feels
but
like
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it does have that. It gives
Wow.
that impression. It photographs really well, and
It
from
does.
the videos I've seen, people love it.
Yeah,
And
that really goes up a notch in my book because it just looks amazing. When a
yeah,
toy looks 1/6 and it's a 1/12, that's just incredible. They can capture that detail.
yeah, that's how I feel about in art with the Dark Knight Batman that Christian Bale has sculpted. It's absolutely incredible. It looks like a 1/6 Hot
Yeah.
Toys sort of quality. It's really good. Okay, yeah. So Protector of Metropolis, I got to put up there. I'm gonna put my Superman. I'm gonna put my quick change Superman. You get Clark Kent, you get
Hey
Superman all
man,
in
the
one.
nostalgia factor, I think he's up there.
And it just feels like a figure that you use and overuse all the time. And I feel like you have to. We need to hold space for vintage toys like that. 90s
Yeah.
toys.
And
They are like what led the way to where we are now. So
And I would say the same thing about Mego Superman, just because he's been used so many times in pop culture and references and like Robot Chicken and stuff like that. That
yeah.
Mego Superman is just is it's such a fun figure because it's so iconic and so funny looking and just you know exactly what it is when you see it.
hmm
I would put that in the same boat. Nostalgia just really ranks it up high.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we got? We got three Mayfix figures. We got the Superman Hush. We got Dark Knight Rises Hush. We got Cyborg Superman. We have McFarlane Cyborg Superman. That's four. We have Hot Toys Chris Reeve, Mezco Man of Steel. Um, what else do we got?
Protector Metropolis.
Protector of Metropolis.
Quick change.
Quick change. I got to put quick change.
I
Which
would
one
say
you-
the Revoltech. We were talking about Revoltech earlier. The Revoltech Superman they did.
Yeah, it's a cool one. I mean, it's it's Revoltech, so you get the kind of the fun dynamicness that they offer. My only downplay is that it came with a plastic cape. I think it actually did come with a cloth adapter, like not the top
Hmm.
parts to hook on, but you can put a cloth cape underneath it. Actually, now that I think about it, but it doesn't sit as nice because it's like separate pieces. So that's
Mhm.
probably my only like real downgrade on that one. We'll show
I
it
just
off.
like it. It's more like it's like the new 52
Yeah, it's a
anime
new
kind
52
of.
suit.
It's a different style you never really see with all the
Yeah.
Supermans we're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk about one a little later. We got a few really cool ones, especially like that with the anime kind of feel, something that is just kind of distinct.
Yeah.
We'll show
Yeah.
it.
Any DCUC Supermans, or does that even break the list for top 10?
I mean, I think that's another one it's a nostalgic, and for me, I really like it because I really like the way that Four Horsemen designed that line. I always thought that the style that they chose and the aesthetic for that line was just such a really cool look, and the body build and even the face sculpts were all kind of generally similar. So yeah, I think that one's kind of sits up there too, just because of like what an amazing line that was. It might not necessarily be the best Superman figure, but the line in general was just such a stellar line, which is still probably my favorite DC line of
Mhm.
toys that they've ever made. So yeah, I would vote just for that.
I think we got our top 10. I think this is a good list. I think this covers a lot of bases. You
Yep.
get. I again, I'm with you. I think DCUC was so important in the action figure game. Did you do any DCUC, Mike? Were you ever into DC figures?
I wasn't. Missed the boat on this. It looks good.
I mean, these
Yeah,
are.
For
it
the
was
time. When were
it was
these?
This was our early 2000s, right?
Yeah, like early to mid
2000s?
2000, 2005, 2006, something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean, they're like now they're considered outdated, single
Yeah.
joints and all that stuff. But for the time, these were really they had the superhero build that worked so well,
Yep.
and they were fun back then. They also had a consistent release. You would get 3 waves, 4 waves in a year or something like that, and they just kept on doing them and turning them out. So,
Yeah, it was a
you
cool wave because it would kind of set the standard for like wave release for build a figures, which they call click and connect figures. It also was like the first time that they really scaled the line, like a mass retail line like this. So Four Horsemen designed it like where the bucks were all similar, but they changed the sizes for a lot of them. So you got
yeah.
oversized figures, medium figures, even really thin,
Oh,
skinny
cool.
figures,
Yeah,
and even for like your kid figures too. So they
Hmm.
really kind of set the standard for that, and they kind of just build these bucks and create all the characters based off of their that same frame. But you could create so many different variations of them, and I think that's really kind of followed them into Mythic Legions, and then just other toy companies have adopted that. And because it was always funny to get like a Wolverine figure and then a Apocalypse figure, but they were the exact same height.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Mhm.
these were ones that they were actually changing them up and making bigger figures. And so, yeah, I credit them for a lot of like, innovation for 6-inch figure toys.
Yeah, they're great, and also they brought comic books as well, so they followed in the footsteps of Marvel Legends with Toy Biz,
Yeah,
and
they were really trying to capture the same kind of heat that Toy Biz had, in their early release. Eventually they did away with the comic books, but that's what they were going for.
yeah, yeah, and they did a good job. So I'm excited. Mattel, I'm also really excited to see what they have at Comic Con. I
Yeah.
don't know if they're able to show anything right now, or at least talk about it because McFarlane's still under contract with DC. And I'm still excited to see what else McFarlane's going to squirt out. With the last remaining days of DC. So Batman Returns is still on the table, which is something I would love to collect. So
We
yeah.
just need a re-release of his collector Wonder Woman. That was such a short production run. I don't
Oh, was
understand
it?
why he underproduced that one, which is like one of the most requested McFarlane
Scarcity.
figures. Yeah,
Scarcity.
but it's just like it's Wonder Woman. It's like one of the most popular characters. He finally does it, and then he makes like 3 of them.
If it's not Batman, who gives a shit? That's kind of his motto when it comes to multiverse.
Terrible.
I mean, hey, take it up with him, not me. I'll let him know you have your umbrage.
You
So
tell him, Michael.
I'll give him the old, the old, the old.
Yep, that one.
Yep, the old. That's the one. That's the one.
Move along.
Let's move along. There's nothing more fun stuff we like to do here. New fig smell.
Love that new figure smell.
What are we smelling today from the postman, Ned?
Well, there's a couple of really cool things. Let me start off with this one that I leveled up another year recently, and
Mhm.
my good
Happy
buddy there, David,
birthday!
decided to bestow upon me. You got your Fury Planet. This is one of the next releases. This is the Panda.
That thing is so badass, man.
Yeah, you can kind of see him there on the back. Very cool.
You've got
figure.
mail.
Yeah.
I haven't opened him yet. I want to do a little unboxing with this one, but I can't wait to play with him. I love the other Fury Planet figures, and so I'm sure this one's going to be just as amazing.
So good.
And I'm really excited about it, and it kind of goes with some of the things we've talked about today, like Revoltech, like, super-powered guys with capes,
Mm.
like Purdy Prisoner.
Ooh.
Revoltech's one, come on, Saitama, which is
Love it.
an anime that just really blew me away. And it was like the funniest, weirdest, awesomest thing I've ever seen. And so I've been collecting Saitama figures for a while. And when they announced this guy was coming out, I begged Mikey. He's like, Mikey, please help me
Yeah.
find it.
Bring him back to your face a little bit more. He's a little. Yeah. There you go. Now
There you go.
That's it.
The One Punch. You should play the One Punch Man theme here, Mikey.
We'll get sued.
It's such an amazing theme.
We'll get
It's real
a copyright
It
strike.
really is, though.
It's really awesome.
Super awesome. This is Revoltech, so you know what to expect with the posability of this thing. It's
Yeah.
got crazy range. neck, crunch, cloth cape, just fantastic figure. I cannot wait to mess around with this one and put him in some really crazy poses. I mean, such a fun figure. And the cool part is that this version comes with my favorite part of One Punch Man is that it's when he goes, into superhero mode, he's like a real badass. But when he's
Yeah.
just regular Saitama walking around, he always has the
Oh,
funny.
that's awesome. Yeah.
And so you can get this one if you had the exclusive version. There was an exclusive.
Move it back a little bit. There you go. Oh, yeah, I can see it now. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta work with auto-focusing. Meow. I think it's focusing in on. Nope.
On
nope.
your sweet mug.
Oh, doesn't want to focus. Well, we'll figure it out. But anyway, yeah, super
Fix
cool.
that
I can't
post.
wait to put that one on him, make him look really funny, cross his arms. Hopefully we get some more. I really want Genos and some more of the other ones. So I hope Kyoto keeps them coming.
They
What
will.
about you guys?
Yeah.
Anybody else got anything fun?
Larry?
Well, I got some not new to me, but I was able to hit the restock with Target and get my Rogue from X-Men '97.
Oh, I've seen those on the show.
Yeah,
Ooh.
very popular figure. A lot of people missed out. This was
What
a
are
funny one.
toys on shelves? I didn't get that.
We talked about that they kind of missed the boat because these figures came out way before the show did, and no one really cared about them. And they kind of sold. I think they were clearance out even, and then the show hit, and it was a huge success. People were freaking out, and no one could find the toys. And Rogue, Gambit, and like Wolverine were like the three biggest ones. It was insane.
Yeah.
And
gonna
then
keep the
the other,
camera on
other thing I got, just a little small thing
Oh.
from Hasbro.
Whoa. You're going to be in trouble with this one, Larry. Right, Michael?
Yep.
Oh, you know what that means.
Oh, you're getting your balls in a sling, my friend.
What's nice is I'm in the basement now, so I can sneak things
Here.
down here.
Oh,
She doesn't
roundhouse
know, and then
You gotta
just
like
have to hide it.
Oh, you can hide everything.
you got like a little secret hatch that you can like slide things into the basement?
Yeah, I got a window like in the back that opens to the backyard that I can just throw things in.
That's
Oh,
where your
man.
body's gonna be when she's done with you.
Yeah, just be careful. She's gonna tie you up and use your sack as a speed bag.
She doesn't watch this or listen to the podcast, so we're good.
Okay, good. Keep yourself safe.
Likewise. It's all a mystery. It's like my wife is just like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know. We just kind of like hang out. We don't talk
gave it to
toys."
me.
But I'm going to open up that bad boy in the next couple days. I'll try to do a video or something on
That
it.
bad boy,
There it is.
bad boys. Speaking of bad boy, Mike, anything you want to share with us on new fix spell?
Yeah, I was down at Joe Fest. Well, it's been over a month now, but I picked up this guy. This is the warrior with the ball and chain. Basically, it's Conan with the Frazetta styling, and then I got some of these new head sculpt and packs, and I've just been playing around with these Savage Crucible figures. These are sick.
Super cool.
Yeah, really cool. Good detail, good articulation.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like bear skin cape he's got on.
Yeah, I like seeing my action figures men's skin. So, common theme there.
You should have came to Museum of Sex with me today. I could have had a great time.
Yeah, but yeah, those
yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, that guy was awesome. That's a really cool figure.
yeah.
My wife is always questioning, like, are you like, like you collect a lot of half naked men and you comment on their muscles. I'm like, listen, lady. All right. I appreciate the figure. I appreciate the sculpt. Anything past that.
I appreciate the muscular physique of a good-looking man.
Exactly.
That's what you say, don't you?
That's what I say. And she walks the other way.
Plastic.
Yeah, when he's plastic, even better. I can manipulate him in any way I imagine.
It's not a deal breaker though.
It's not a deal breaker.
You'll take him any way you can get him.
Exactly. I held that 2 years from. She reminded me today. Like, we dated for 2 years, and then you said, "Here, my collection," and it's been love ever since. So, yeah, I got, and kind of One Punch Man territory, talking about Superman, super type figures. I got the Son Goku.
Talk about a super guy.
Super guy. What I love about this one is in that more animated style, like just like really cartoony, almost extra cartoony.
Yeah, because
Which
this is
is
from the
kind of
Daima series, right? Throwback
yeah,
a
which
little to the.
I haven't seen yet, which I do want to watch.
You just
I
continue to
know, I
continue to
know.
disappoint me, Michael.
I'm a fraud. I'm a phony. I'm a fake. I get it. I'm all those things. But I do like this one. I've seen some videos. I've seen some pictures, and I mean, look at that face of Goku. You know,
It's a sweet face. I love it.
sweet face. This isn't the new body, but I mean, I think he has new articulation at the ankles, so they move around a little bit more. Um, a nice toe hinge over there. Nice ankle rockers. Kind of go nice side to side. He feels really nice. I have seen a lot of people customize this specific figure. That's because he has a little bit more mobility and range, and he feels really nice. So, and I've never owned a figure where it's Goku before until today, and
What?
I'm gonna get this one. I have this one. I'm gonna get the Super Saiyan Goku on the new 3.0 body when that comes out, the games begin version. But I think this is a good start. So,
Very nice, Michael.
yeah. And I got this figure from one of the most reputable toy stores in the United States. And
Really?
that's, yeah. You want to know what that store name is?
Yeah, tell us. Whoa! Love
Hidden
Hidden
Temple
Temple
Toys.
Toys. They got
Talk
the
about
best
production
collection.
value. They got amazing collection. They have dragons. They got everything.
And I'm not just saying that. It's not because I have any affiliation. It's just the truth. It's facts.
So, it's not like we mention every day that you own a toy store with your
What?
wife. What?
Oh,
Huh, interesting.
news to me.
That's called a coincidence. Yeah, he's really cool. I'm really happy with this one. Thanks, Hidden Temple.
Yeah. A lot of these toys here, like the One Punch Man, like that Goku, even that Rattler will be available at Hidden Temple Toys. So come
What?
check us out. Yeah, come check us
Oh,
out.
okay. You're not messing around. All right. Okay.
We got the goods, my man. We got the goods.
There you know. More toys you got over there. Yeah, that's exciting. You know what that
Oh,
that old car horn means?
what does that mean?
That means we have my favorite part of the day and part of the show, the yellowing. Ned, what do you have for us this week on the yellowing?
Well, like we like to do, Michael, I say it every time. We like to see what we're talking about and what we can connect from our past. And we're talking about all those great Superman figures. So I have some of them here to show you, and one particular one, which is really, really cool. So let's take a look at these, shall we?
Let's take a look. It's in a book. So these figures
There
are
they
awesome.
are. So yeah, here we got some pretty awesome figures. Let me close it up here. There on the right, you can see that's the Mayfix Superman that ranks pretty high on most people's list. I mean, it is a fantastic figure. I mean, it hits every mark. Me being a big Jim Lee fan, love his artwork. He does a great Superman, and so this is really modeled after his artwork. It just does a fantastic job of following that. So yeah, I think that's why people just love that figure. Then we've got in the middle there, we talk about nostalgia factor. We have the, DC, what do you call it? EC, what you call it, Mikey?
You see?
YMCA?
The YMCA Superman line?
DC Universe Classics.
DC Universe
DCUC.
Superman. Now, this particular one has a soft cape, and that's why I liked it. But this was actually one they released later on in the line, not the original one. This was part of the Super Friends variations that they did, where they kind of made them look a little more like the Superpowers action figures with the little C clamps in the capes and everything.
Mhm.
And up here, flying away, here is one Larry mentioned, which is a really cool one and goes with what we've been talking about. Revoltech, Superman from the New 52 costume. Now, here's a character that's let me see if we can get a little look here. It is really cool, just kind of stylistic, kind of manga-inspired costume and sculpt. And really cool figure. If you like Yamaguchi, if you like what they're doing, the Superman is just really, really cool. And then way there in the back, we've got the Square Enix what were these called, Mikey? Larry, you know about these. They were the anime inspired
Play
TC
Arts Kai.
Play Arts Kai, but what was the line called? It was called something specific. Ah,
I never messed with Play Art Sky stuff. I like
and
it,
so
but I just
yeah,
never.
this is a really cool figure. He is just super stylized. This line was kind of made like reinterpretation of the DC heroes if they were like anime, inspired outfits and designs. And so they did a bunch of these. And this is the Superman. And I think they did a really fun job with him. He's very, anime expired. They wear more like armor than they do like suits. He's got a
Hmm.
very, stylized face sculpt. Even his curl is very stylized. So just a really cool interpretation. I like that these are more like in the 9 to 10 inch figure height, and so very very cool. Comes with a bunch of accessories, all sorts of really neat ways to pose them. He's got a really big cape. Unfortunately, it's plastic, but still it does a good job for these big figures. And so very very cool figure. The paint job on these are amazing. It's kind of like metallic. I don't know if you can see it
Yeah,
back in the picture, but these were always very fun, very good quality figures from Square Enix. So yeah,
it
just
gives me those like Injustice vibes.
yeah, yeah,
These
it's kind of like that because he wears kind of like armorish suit in that one. So
yeah,
yeah, super
exactly.
super cool Superman figures. There's just so many cool figures of Superman out there from all over the years, and these are just a few from my personal collection that I really enjoy. So that's it.
Beautiful.
That's what I got.
That's what he's got, ladies and gentlemen. What a collection! An old man.
Well, now though, before we go, we should ask
Well,
the
Mike has
question.
something too.
Oh, my bad. I jumped the gun.
Wow, it's rude. Sorry, I'm sorry, Mike, that we have such a rude host. Like,
I'm so sorry. Please accept my deepest apologies.
Mike,
Yep.
what you got for us?
Oh yeah. So this isn't Superman themed, but this has a lot of nostalgia for me. This is a vintage toy from my history. I was a huge turtle kid. I think this was made in 1989. Usagi here. And why this is special is because like this is in my toy. Like I don't know if you have kids or not, but my kids have toys everywhere. This is in their bin of just toys, right? This lasted my childhood, into their childhood, right? And this is second generation toy that still stands up.
So
Yeah.
good.
That's what's cool about these. These were great figures, and still
That's
great
definitely
figures.
one of my favorite figures of all time. Usagi Jim, I remember when that came out. I remember picking up at the store and I was blown away because, we couldn't see these ahead of time on the internet. It didn't exist. And so we just had to go walk into the store one day and see what's new. And this badass bunny was sitting there and he just floored me. And it's definitely probably one of my top 3 of all time TNMT figures. And I was really, really hoping the Super 7 would get around to doing this version of
Mhm.
Usagi Jimbo in their new scale. But I think because of licensing rights and stuff, that might never happen. But yeah, that's definitely a fantastic figure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great one. I'm same boat with you. That really was hoping that Super 7 was going to do, because I love that Playmate style.
Yeah.
That's the biggest appeal of the Super 7 stuff. But and Yojimbo is such a necessary character for that. Do you guys usually give your vintage toys to your kids? Is that how it works? Or are you keeping them? Are you hiding them? Are you selling them? I know Mike is a good father, and so he's letting his kids.
Not all of them. Like I have some original like G1 like Transformers like Optimus that they won't get. Maybe they'll get their order, but like these, like I knew these would hold up, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so these are great figures. But some like the old Star Wars stuff, like that's tucked away. Like they're not getting those. But a lot of the turtle stuff I end up giving them because it just lasts. I don't know how they
Yeah.
whatever they're made out of. They're solid, and the paint apps like okay, yeah, it's coming off on the toes a little bit, which you can't see, but overall, like, it's still just as good.
So it's good. It's just like you remember. What about you guys?
Yeah, I did the same thing. I had a whole box of all my Ninja Turtles. All their accessories were complete. They were really well taken care of. I even had the whole the sewer layer my original stroller from when I was a kid. I had it all really nice. And when they were younger, I was like, you know what? I think it'd be really cool to give these to them so they can play with. And so, me being a little naive, I was like, all right, guys, I'm going to give you something real special. And I pulled it out of the box. I put together a little play set, and they were like, whoa, wow, ooh, so cool, so cool. In about like 3 minutes, every accessory was lost. Arms were broken off. Pieces were flying everywhere. And I regretted my decision immediately. And slowly over the years, I've been trying to recoup the ones when I see them laying around the floor and no one's, been playing with it for a couple of years. I'll snatch it and put it back in my room and just apologize to it profusely. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I feel like I was like from the kid from Toy Story, Andy, and I took my toys to the what do you call it thing, the daycare, and they suffered, and I had to go back and save them, and I apologize for them. But
traumatized.
it was fun. I enjoyed watching them play with my old toys. I mean, I felt like I had come full circle. That I played with them, I enjoyed them, and I got to give them to my boys, and they got to enjoy them. And so, as the collector in me, I was kind of mortified to see them, go through what they did. But at the end, I felt, I was, like you said, as a father, I was happy that I did that and I held on to them that long. As a toy reseller, I was a little sad because I saw, oh, there goes, a bunch of money that I could have had. But no, it was cool. It was nice to do that, and I happy. And I was always kind of, my intention was to kind of save those for my kids, and so I kind of was happy I did that anyway. So it is what it is.
Ed watching his kids play with his toys.
Don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yep, that one ran through my mind.
I'm sure a bunch of times. What about you, Laszlo? What's your experience been passing down your toys or not passing down your toys to your boys?
Well, unfortunately, I moved a lot as a kid, and I always got toys. My parents were good buying me toys. I had He-Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Ninja Turtles I loved, had all those. But every time we moved, I didn't realize at the time they got rid of those toys, and then that's why I guess they felt guilty. That's why they keep giving me more during Christmas and birthdays and stuff. Until one day I was homesick, and I saw out by the trash can the trash man picking up all my G.I. Joes that I had, throwing it into the trash. That's when that's when I figured it out at like 10 years old, I think. And then I realized that's why I have nothing to give my kids except for a couple that I had
man,
managed to keep hold on to. But yeah, I remind my parents that every time I see them, that it was worth a lot of money, and their grandkids don't have anything to play with. But that's why now when I open figures, I let my kids play with them for the most part, especially like the Marvel Legends style stuff, the McFarlane stuff. I'll let them play with.
That's where the trauma started.
Yeah, and that's why I want to collect everything. But also, my kids, I tell them if my kids do anything wrong or they don't treat their toys with respect, their grandparents are going to come and take all their toys away. So,
real Krampus, Larry. What a kill vibe for the kids.
It's a good tactic.
But I love the sharing the toy collecting with the kids. They just started recently going out on toy hunts, going to Target, going to Walmart, and picking up toys. They're starting to display toys instead of just throwing them on the floor and stepping on them. So I love seeing the progression from just being a little toddler to now wanting to take care of them and collect specific figures that they like and specific characters that they like. It's awesome to share that and pass it on down.
Yeah, it definitely is something to pass on down to your kids. We love doing it as kids, and even better when we're 40 doing it. And
Mike, what did you do with your kids?
My kids? Which ones? The ones? Yeah. Well,
the way we're talking
through all you guys, by not having to give my toys to any kids. I give it to the nephews.
I tried to modern way of life and not having them, keeping them all.
I decided to keep my toys and not give them to no damn kids.
A bonus, a hack about when you have your kids involved is you can buy things and tell the wife.
Oh, she cut him off. She cut him off.
He was listening.
She was listening. All right.
Oh man.
Larry just got gutted.
Larry just lost his
No,
Larry.
she was listening.
I know.
Oh no!
Oh man, you're gonna get cut up tonight, dude.
Oh
That's game
no! I'm
over.
in
Let's
trouble.
You better sleep with one eye open, Larry.
She saw the
Let's say
rattler and she heard my plan.
Oh, we're gonna say goodbye tonight, Larry.
Goodbye.
Oh, that was my last podcast.
The end times of David Poole.
He messed up big.
Oh man, you're gonna see his body with GI Joe toys in the trash tomorrow. Oh well, I think that's a perfect way to end this show. Disconnecting, but loving all the toy stuff. And Mike, so awesome to have you on the show, dude. You were
Yes.
an absolute pleasure and a delight, my friend. Excited to see what else you're cooking up.
Yeah,
in
we
the
got-
high school
got more.
creations lab.
Got more. I appreciate you
Mhm.
guys having me on. Fun time.
No, man, you're a big get for the show. So you're one of the big fishes.
Big fish.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Called me fat.
What? No.
No, you're great.
Mikey, come on,
I'm
man.
kidding, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Helping the
Listen,
guest. Mike.
we're not we don't body shame here on the show, okay? So I meant that you have a tight physique. Right? I've
He's like
seen
the
men.
muscular action figure man you like to gawk at, right, Michael?
Exactly, yeah. And Mike, if you can print out a head of yourself and I can put on my muscular body, I really appreciate that. So
Yeah, I'll send that to you.
it's how I honor my friends, by imagining them with tight physique. I don't know how we got here, but let's get out of here. Ed, David, anything else you want to say before we sign off?
Well, like I always say, I'm so happy you guys were all here, but unfortunately, all these toys we talked about, not included.
You can't take them. Sorry, Mike. That means you too. Apologize. Catch you on the next one.